My child, stop right now. Don't scroll. You need to hear this before anything else distracts you. Something dark has been moving around your life. Slowly, quietly, silently, waiting for the moment when you're most tired, most stressed, most confused, most vulnerable. You've been feeling it. You've been sensing it. You've been waking up with heaviness, sleeping with worry, walking with fear you can't explain. And that is not random. It is a sign, a warning, a shift in the atmosphere around you. There is a spiritual attack forming, a dark season trying to attach itself to your mind, to your peace, to your family, to your future. And you cannot ignore it anymore. Be ready. Prepare your heart. Prepare your mind. Prepare your spirit. Because darkness always tries to strike the brightest souls, the people who carry purpose, the people who carry light, the people who carry healing. And you are one of them. That is why life has been heavier than usual. That is why your thoughts feel chaotic. That is why small problems feel larger. That is why you feel spiritually drained. But listen very carefully. You are not weak. You are not unprotected. You are not alone. You are being warned because you are being prepared. A storm is coming, but you are not unarmed. A battle is near, but you are not defeated. A dark season is moving, but so is divine protection. The reason you're hearing this right now is because heaven refuses to let darkness win. You are being alerted before the attack arrives. You are being strengthened before the test begins. You are being awakened before the danger reaches your door. Sharpen your faith. Guard your heart. Watch what enters your mind. Choose who you speak to. Choose what you listen to. Choose what you expose your soul to. The darkness that once defeated you will not defeat you this time. The fear that once controlled you will not control you again. The shadows that tried to follow you will fall behind you. You are entering a battlefield, but you're not entering it blind. You are entering with warning, with clarity, with spiritual armor, with divine strength. Be ready, not because destruction is coming, but because victory is coming with it. The attack is real, but the protection is stronger. The fear is loud, but the light inside you is louder. The enemy is near, but heaven is closer. Something tried to break your peace. Something tried to pull you backward. Something tried to bring old pain back, but you felt it. You sensed it. Your spirit reacted before your mind understood. This is your sign. You were chosen to survive this. You were chosen to rise through this. You were chosen to walk through darkness without losing your light. Be ready, because after this attack ends, after this storm passes, after this shadow disappears, you will rise stronger, you will walk bolder, you will shine brighter, you will become unshakable. The darkness is real, but it cannot win. Not this time, not against you, not against the strength growing inside you. Take this warning seriously, because something is trying to reach you, but so is something greater. You are protected. You are being watched over. You are being warned because you matter. Be ready. A dark attack is near, but so is your victory. You are here because something inside you recognized my voice calling. This is not chance. This is not random scrolling that led you to this moment. I drew you here with intention, with purpose, because what I am about to say to you has been prepared specifically for where you are right now. You may have opened this thinking you were looking for comfort or encouragement or maybe just something to fill the silence. But I tell you the truth. You were looking for me. and I was already looking for you. There is a question you have been carrying, one you may not have fully formed into words yet. It sits in your chest like a weight, like something unfinished. You have been waiting for something to shift, for some sign that your prayers have reached beyond the ceiling, for proof that I have not forgotten your name. I know that weight. I know the exhaustion that comes from believing and waiting and believing again. You are here because something inside you recognized my voice calling. This is not chance. This is not random scrolling that led you to this moment. I drew you here with intention, with purpose, because what I am about to say to you has been prepared specifically for where you are right now. You may have opened this thinking you were looking for comfort or encouragement, or maybe just something to fill the silence. But I tell you the truth. You were looking for me, and I was already looking for you. There is a question you have been carrying, one you may not have fully formed into words yet. It sits in your chest like a weight, like something unfinished. You have been waiting for something to shift, for some sign that your prayers have reached beyond the ceiling, for proof that I have not forgotten your name. I know that weight. I know the exhaustion that comes from believing and waiting and believing again. I see the nights when you hold your breath in the dark, wondering if tomorrow will be the day things finally change. I see the mornings when you wake up and the first feeling is not hope but heaviness, because another day has begun and nothing looks different. You have been strong for so long. You have smiled when you wanted to cry. You have kept going when every part of you wanted to stop. And now as you hear these words, I want you to know this. Your endurance has not been invisible. Every moment you chose to trust me instead of giving up has been seen. Every tear that fell in secret reached my heart. Every whispered prayer in the middle of the night was heard. You are not here by accident. This moment was written long before you arrived at it. I knew you would need to hear my voice today, so I made sure you would find your way here. I know what you are carrying. I know the questions that keep you awake. I know the disappointments that have made you cautious about hoping too much. I know the fear that whispers, maybe it will never happen for me. I see it all, and I am not distant from it. I am not watching from far away, waiting for you to figure it out on your own. I am here right now, closer than the air you are breathing, closer than the walls around you, closer than your own thoughts. And I need you to understand something that will change how you see everything that has happened until now. The waiting you have endured was never a sign of my absence. It was never punishment. It was never me withholding good from you because you were not good enough. The delay you have felt so deeply was not abandonment. It was preparation. I was not making you wait because I forgot about you. I was holding you in a season where I could do a deeper work in you than you realized. I was building something in your spirit that only time and trust could build. I was shaping your heart so that when I opened the doors I have planned for you, you would walk through them with strength, not fear, with peace, not anxiety, with confidence in who I made you to be. The world teaches you that waiting is wasted time, but I do not waste anything. I used every moment of your waiting to grow you, to mature your faith, to teach you how to stand even when you could not see the path ahead. You thought you were standing still, but you were being rooted. You thought nothing was happening, but beneath the surface where eyes cannot see, I was at work. I was strengthening your foundation. I was deepening your trust. I was preparing you to carry what I am about to release. And now, my child, that season is ending. Not because you finally did enough, but because the time I appointed has arrived. I have been moving in ways you could not see. While you were praying, I was answering. While you were waiting, I was working. I sent my angels into rooms you have never entered. I spoke to hearts you have never met. I shifted circumstances you knew nothing about. I blocked paths that would have harmed you and opened roads that will lead you into the future I designed for you. You thought you were alone in the waiting, but you were surrounded. Every step you took was guarded. Every moment of doubt was met with my presence. Even when you could not feel it, I never left you. I never turned away. I was there in the silence, holding you, sustaining you, keeping you from breaking under the weight you were carrying. There were times you wanted to quit, times when you said, "I cannot do this anymore." But something inside you kept going. That was not your strength alone. That was me. That was my spirit in you, holding you up when you had nothing left to give. You kept choosing faith when it made no sense. You kept praying even when you felt like your prayers disappeared into the air. You kept believing even when everything around you said it was not working. And because of that, because you held on, you have reached the moment where faith meets fulfillment, where the unseen becomes visible, where the promises I made are no longer distant, they are here. I know you feel it. There is something shifting inside you right now, a stirring you cannot explain, a quiet knowing that something is about to change. That feeling is real. It is not wishful thinking. It is not your imagination. It is my spirit confirming to your spirit that the waiting is over. The season of silence has ended. The time of delay has passed. What I have been preparing in secret is now ready to be revealed. The doors I have been working on are swinging open. The blessings I have been holding in my hands are being released. This is not a maybe. This is not a Sunday. This is now. This is your moment. You have been asking me when it would be your turn, when you would finally see the breakthrough you have prayed for. And I am telling you now this is your turn. Not because you earned it, but because I chose it. Not because you were perfect, but because I am faithful. I do not move based on your performance. I move based on my love for you. And my love has been relentless. It has never wavered. It has never dimmed. Even when you doubted, even when you pulled away, even when you stopped praying because it hurt too much to keep hoping, my love for you remained. I have watched you through every season. I saw you in the moments when you felt forgotten. I saw you when you looked around and everyone else seemed to be moving forward while you stayed in place. I saw the pain of comparison, the ache of feeling left behind. I saw the tears you cried when no one else was watching. I saw the prayers you prayed when your voice was too tired to speak out loud. And I collected every single one. I held them in my hands like treasures. I turned them into seeds that I planted in the soil of my perfect timing. And now, my beloved, those seeds are ready to bloom. My child, I want you to breathe, not the shallow breath you have been taking while carrying all this weight, but a deep, full breath. Feel your lungs expand. Feel the air fill your chest. That breath is a gift from me. It is proof that you are still here, still alive, still held by my hand. Your heart is still beating because I have a purpose for you that is not finished. There are things you are meant to do, people you are meant to meet, moments you are meant to experience that are still ahead of you. The story I am writing with your life is not over. In fact, the best chapters are just beginning. You have spent so much energy trying to figure out how and when and through what door your breakthrough would come. You have tried to map it out to make sense of the timing, to understand why some things happened and others did not. But I am telling you now, you do not need to have it all figured out. You do not need to see the entire path. You do not need to understand every detail of how I am going to do what I have promised. All you need to do is trust me. Trust that I know what I am doing. Trust that I see what you cannot see. Trust that my timing is not late, it is perfect. There are things I needed to align before I could release what I have for you. There were people who needed to be in place. There were doors that needed to be unlocked from the inside. There were lessons you needed to learn that could only be learned in the waiting. There were parts of your heart that needed healing before you could step into what is next. And now all of that is complete. The pieces are in place. The people are ready. The doors are open. The healing has taken root. Everything is aligned, and the only thing left is for you to step forward and receive what I have already prepared. I know you are afraid of being disappointed again. I know you have hoped before and been let down. I know you have believed for things that did not happen the way you thought they would. And because of that, there is a part of you that is hesitant to fully open your heart to hope again. You are afraid that if you believe too much, if you let yourself feel too much, you will be hurt again. But my child, I am not like the people who have failed you. I am not like the circumstances that did not work out. I do not promise and then forget. I do not speak and then change my mind. What I have said over you will come to pass. What I have promised you will be fulfilled. Not because you are perfect, but because I am faithful. The very fact that you are still here, still listening, still willing to hope even a little bit, tells me that your faith is stronger than you think. You may feel weak, but I see strength. You may feel like you are barely holding on, but I see endurance. You may feel like you do not have much left to give, but I see a heart that refuses to quit. And that, my beloved, is more powerful than you know. It is that small seed of faith, that tiny flicker of hope that I am about to multiply.